Well, the Cubs started the weekend off right on Friday, but then it all went to hell with some help from Mother Nature for the rest of the weekend. Mother Nature had other plans. No Cubs baseball for Father's Day. That's unfortunate. I had my hands full though today, and over the weekend I was helping with my daughter's softball tournament. They came in third out of 12, so that was great. Um, Friday, absolutely freaking awesome. 7-run first inning. You can't beat that, especially when Ben Brown gives up the most runs he's given up in a minute with 2 through 6 innings, I believe, or maybe in there. Ben pitched really well. A little more runs than what we're used to with him, but when you're giving up 2 runs and we're complaining about how many runs you gave up, you know you're doing pretty damn awesome. So, Cubs started out great. Colin Ray pitched amazing on Saturday, and then the bullpen just fell apart. 8 runs from the 7th inning on. Trent Thornton fell apart. Then Caleb Thielbar again, unfortunately, and Jacob Webb. Jacob Webb has now given up runs in 4 of the last 5 outings. I don't know what the hell happened, but we need to get back to where we were with that guy. Disappointing that we went 1-1 in the series. I would have been happy with 2-1. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to get that second win and on Sunday. So that is what it is. Just kind of sucks. So Matthew Boyd on the injury front, that's the only thing I'm going to talk about with that on injuries. Boyd had a good rehab start on, I think it was Saturday at high A, or in single A, and went 4 scoreless innings, as he should. But hopefully that bounced back, and he will be ready to go. The probables for New York Mets this weekend or for this week, Monday through Thursday, it's a 4-game series. And again, I'm kind of jumping into something real quick. There wasn't a whole lot to say outside of a complete devastating loss on Saturday, and I don't want to dwell on it. The bullpen issue is the bullpen issue with that. Although I think that offensively we had more possibilities to score, that's definitely on the bullpen. But that hasn't happened a ton, and that's not the biggest concern of the pitching staff. The starters are, until proven otherwise. Hopefully we're not proving anything otherwise. And the offense has got to come up in bigger situations. Sometimes you got to bail out each other. The offense was amazing on Friday. Not as amazing on Saturday. Still scored 6 runs, though. So it's kind of weird saying that, right? Like, the bullpen shouldn't give up 8 runs in 3 freaking innings. So no matter where some of the shortcomings and frustrations might have come from, that's definitely a bullpen loss. No matter how else you want to dice it. So, Mets preview. Probable starters are left-handed pitcher on Monday, Shota Imanaga, versus right-hander, Kodai Senga. Imanaga is 4-6 with a 4.26 ERA, having pitched better recently in the last couple of games. Hopefully that continues in New York. Senga is 0-5 with a 9.00 ERA. On paper, this looks like a good spot for the Cubs. On Tuesday will be Edward Cabrera against Nolan McLean, both right-handers. Cabrera is 4-4 with a 5.21 ERA, and McLean is 4-4 with a 3.67. On paper, this looks like a better situation for the Mets. The Cubs have the talent in this matchup, but versus what has happened that's why it's on paper, it's the Mets. On Wednesday, we got Javi Assad, 5-1 with a 3.89 ERA against left-handed pitcher Sean Manaea. 1-2, 4.64 ERA. I'm going to say that's a favor of us. And on Thursday, Ben Brown, 4-2 with a 1.85 ERA against Freddie Peralta, who is 5-6 with a 4.83 ERA. That is not the kind of numbers we're used to seeing from Freddie Peralta. This dude normally pitches the Cubs well, although the last couple of times it's gone our way a little more. So, I like this on paper too. So I'm going to say that the Cubs, if they don't at least split this series, it's a massive disappointment. And I expect that they should win 3 of 4 in this series. Mets are currently 34 and 42. They play Sunday Night Baseball tonight, so that will change a little bit before we actually play them. They have the third worst record in the National League. Offensively, this team has really underachieved. They are 25th in baseball with a 4.07 runs per game average. However, they do have Juan Soto, and this dude is a stud. He has a 976 OPS, but then the second highest OPS is Francisco Alvarez at 721, and Carson Bang is third with a 703. They also have guys like Bo Bichette. Lindor is still hurt on the IL, but Bichette has been a massive disappointment. I apparently was completely wrong about that guy because I was like clamoring for the Cubs to get him. I still think I would ultimately prefer him over who we got, but it is what it is, and we got what we got. So, hopefully Bregman continues to roll. He's been better than Bo at this point for the season. So, but when I was advocating for it, it had more to do with the longevity of the contract and not just this year. So, their bullpen is phenomenal. Team ERA for the Mets is 4.07. So their ERA and their average runs are the same. I don't know if anybody caught that. They're 12th in team ERA. Cubs are 4.28 and 18th. Starting pitching for the Mets is 4.69, 27th in the majors. The Cubs are 4.62, 23rd in the majors. Which means that the Mets have one of the best bullpens because they have a 12th ranked ERA and a 27th starting pitching ERA. They are 5th in the majors in bullpen ERA at 3.41, and that is with their closer, Devin Williams, having a 5.18 ERA. They are also led by left-hander Brooks Raley, 2.00, Luke Weaver, right-handed pitcher, at 2.25, and Huascar Brazoban, 1.91, also right-hander. They have a phenomenal bullpen. That is not where we want to get to. We got to get to the starters. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts. Our players of the week this week. The offense or position player is Pete. No hands, or hands down, no qualms, dude. Like, it's not even close. And we had some Carson Kelly had a 16 OPS, only 10 at bats or plate appearances. Pete did lead the team in plate appearances, tied with that with 25, and still had these freaking numbers: 1 double, 1 triple, 4 home runs, 5 runs scored, 7 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, a .550 batting average, 600 on base percentage, 1.300 slug. That's just a slug. And his OPS was 1.900. Good Lord. And I want to talk about this real quick. OptaStats tweeted out, there have been over 5 million total 18-game spans by players in MLB's modern era. And none of them did a player have as many hits, doubles, triples, homers, and steals as the Cubs' Pete Crow-Armstrong over his last 18 games. Dude is doing historic things, and the Cubs are not doing enough with it. He's got 34 hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 9 home runs, and 6 stolen bases in the last 18 games. Whoo! Absolute stud-like behavior. He is a bona fide star. He's changed the way he's approached it. His bat has shifted some. Just go look at his overall stance and stuff versus where it was earlier in the year. His pitch selection's so much better. We got to get more of the guys to start performing higher. They don't have to perform to the same level. Pete's not going to keep that level. But Pete truly is becoming a bona fide star. I told y'all to stop freaking out early on. I even freaked out a little bit at one point because it got to get a little long. I'm not going to lie. But dude is a stud. If you're not subscribing to that, why the hell aren't you? Starting pitching player of the week was Cullen Ray with 1 game started yesterday, 5 and a third innings, 0 earned run average, 158 batting average, a 316 OPS against, and 1.98 FIP. And our relief pitcher of the week was Ryan Rollison, 2 games, 2 and a third inning, 0 earned run, 143 batting average, 286 OPS, and a 1.81 FIP. I'm going to right now say that Ryan Rollison deserves consideration to at least be in the realm of possible closer or an option for that. I think it should be a platoon, don't get me wrong, depending on the situations. But he should be considered for all of that. The dude has been really, really good recently. And he had a bit of a hiccup and worked himself out of it. And that's something we have seen a lot of the other guys struggle to do. So, huge fan of that guy and the talent he's got. And I'd like to see more of him more often. I'm David, and we thank you for liking and subscribing and or watching and listening to Clark and Addison Born into the Ivy. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Have a great day. Go Cubs, go.